everybody. So we're going to start by standing up. That's it, yeah. So standing on our mat, I thought we'd just work like this. So first of all, have the soles of your feet just maybe hip width apart and having a sense of connection to the ground beneath, and just like the soft knees, and just lightly swing the hands or swing the arms from side to side. Just being careful of what's around you, obviously, because I don't know what the space is around you. So you can just gently, and just kind of knowing that sense that your gaze is following the direction of your spine. So you're not leading with your head, and you're not necessarily even, as we go along with the classes, you're not leading with your arms. Ultimately, our movement comes from the centre of our spine. So just getting that sense, as your knees are quite soft and you're moving your arms from side to side, can you actually feel that twist deep inside, around the ribs, centre of the spine, through the pelvis? There's a slight kind of rotation through there, and also the rotating through the shoulders. So you're just starting to cultivate a sense of awareness to what's happening to your body as you just do this very simple movement that is really quite complex if you start to break it down. And then just lightly just rest yourself, come back to centre. Make sure your feet feel quite connected to the floor, so you can lift up one foot at a time. And then we're just going to start doing a little bit of movements with the breathing and some side bends. So we're going to softly link the hands, and when you breathe in, taking your arms up, and as you breathe out, just combing your arms down to your sides. The in-breath takes your arms up, so taking your time if you've just joined, and the out-breath, combing the arms down to your side. Let your shoulders relax, and as you breathe in, the arms go up, and as you breathe out, the arms go wide, and just resting down to your side. So taking your time and having a sense as well that you can make a choice to slow things down, even just for this half an hour or so. All those busy things that we do through the day, or later on this evening, the lists we have to complete and the things we have to do can wait. And we do have a choice to slow down. So the in-breath takes us up, takes the arms up I should say, the out-breath takes the arms down. The in-breath takes the arms up, and as you breathe out this time, have a sense of your weight resting down into the feet as your arms go down and your breath leaves. The in-breath takes the arms up, and as you breathe out and your arms go wide, but you can also rest down into the feet. In-breath takes the arms up, out-breath, you rest down into the feet. Just twice more in your own time. So you're starting to cultivate a sense of awareness and connection to the movement of your body. You're also starting to mobilise your shoulders, but you're finding a sense of focus, inner awareness, outer feeling. And then when you're ready, just let your arms just rest down. Maybe shrug your shoulders a little bit, move your head from side to side, just getting a sense of how your body feels now. Perhaps just after that really relatively short little practice, how different you can feel when you just decide to be with your breath. And then when you're ready, just bringing your head back centre. Now we're going to go into some side bends. So if there's anything going on with your lower back or you're not sure, keep your knees quite soft because that will take any pressure off the lower back. So I'll talk you through, just as we did before, you can link the hands, push the palms away. The in-breath takes the arms up. Then as you breathe out, just sway slightly to the right. In-breath brings the arms back up, and as you breathe out, sway slightly towards the left. In-breath brings the arms up. Then as you breathe out, lower your arms all the way to the floor. So sides. In-breath takes the arms up. Out-breath, slightly to the right. In-breath to centre. Out-breath, slightly to the left. In-breath, centre. Out-breath, comb your arms down, rest into the feet. Now breathe as you need to. We're going to go again. We're just going to start to work in an awareness of resting down into the feet. So I'll talk you through. So the in-breath takes the arms up. On that out-breath, sink down into the left foot. Take your arms over towards the right as you breathe out. The in-breath brings you back to centre. Equalise the weight into the feet. As you breathe out, sink down into the right foot. Take the arms to the left. In-breath comes back to centre. Out-breath, comb your arms down. In-breath takes the arms up. As you breathe out, you take the arms to the right, but you sink down into the left foot. So you feel that stretch down the left side of the body. Breath in brings the arms back up. Then as you breathe out, the arms go to the left, but your weight sinks down into the right foot. So you feel the stretch down the right side of the body. The in-breath brings the arm back up. The out-breath, you cone the arms down. Breathe in between if you need to as well. So we're going to go again. In-breath takes the arms up. As you breathe out, the arms go to the right, but your weight rests down into that left foot. In-breath brings the arms up. Out-breath, the arms go to the left, but your weight rests down into the right foot. So from the right foot, you send the arms away. The in-breath brings the arms up. And as you breathe out, rest down into both feet. Breathe in between as you need to. One more time. The in-breath takes your arms up. The out-breath, the arms go to the right, but the weight rests down into the left foot. In-breath brings the arms up to centre. The out-breath, the arms go to the left, but your weight rests down into the right foot, so that stabilises the movement. The in-breath brings the arms up. The out-breath rests the arms down. Breathe as you need to. Now feel how that is in your feet. You can shift your weight a little bit. Can you have a sense that you can equalise the weight between the feet? You can take the feet a little bit wider if you like. Soften the knees, and again, just as we started, just swing your arms a little bit from side to side. So that just eases into any kind of maybe aching that you may have found around your lower back. And if you're finding that you're aching, or your ribs are aching, or you can feel sensations there, it's because you've worked. You're starting to wake up different muscles around the respiratory system. And then when you're ready, just come back to centre. So now we're going to feel the weight of our head, heavy head. We're going to take the gaze down towards the floor. And we're just going to round around the spine, bring the hands towards your knees, round spine, draw the chin in. And then maybe you can take the hands a little bit lower. The knees can be quite soft. Lift up one heel at a time, easing into the backs of the legs. Elbows are quite wide. Let go of the weight of your head. You're not trying to stretch. You're not trying to reach the floor. We're just trying to find a bit of ease into the lower back. Then rounding through the spine, bring yourself back up to stand. And this time, we're going to bring the hands onto the chest, so the palms facing, or towards the heart, I should say. So when you're ready, breathe in. Then as you breathe out, drop the chin, push the hands away, round the spine. Breathe in, bring the hands back onto the chest. And then as you breathe out, draw the chin in, round the spine. Just a few times, just an outside movement to wake up the muscles of the spine. So in breath, hands come onto the chest, and as you breathe out, push the hands away. So you're rounding the spine, you're softening the knees. Just doing that a few times. It's a good way, just waking up the muscles around the upper part of the spine as well as in the lower back. So find your, when I do these things, I might go too far. So slow it down and find your rhythm. It's only because I'm teaching it that I go faster. And then when you're ready, just bring the hands back onto your chest. Stop there for a few moments. Let the weight of the elbows be felt. Move your head from side to side, being aware of the space between your chin and your shoulders. So you're not dragging the shoulders down, you don't have to, but there's space there. There's space around the base of your throat as well. And you're aware of all these little things that are going on in your body. And then when you're ready, bring your arms back to centre. Let the arms come down. So maybe you can take the hands a little bit further behind you. Then taking the arms forward, take the arms up. Take the arms forward, take the arms a little bit further behind you. Take the arms forward, take the arms up. And can you take the arms a little bit further back? Now this time, soften your knees this time. As you take the arms forward, take the spine down slightly, take the arms behind you. Then the arms go forward and the arms go up. Just glance at the ceiling with your eyes, and maybe the arms can go back. Send your knees forward a little bit. Then as the arms go forward, round through the spine. So take the hands behind you. Then as the arms go forward and the arms lift, have a sense of opening, widening the upper part of the chest. You're going to a slight back bend or extension of the spine without doing too much at all. And just doing that a few times, just rounding down, going into a forward bending motion, taking the arms up, going into a backward bending motion, but not doing too much at all. You're just using this fluid movement of the arms. And then when you're ready, just stop. Come to a neutral kind of position. So again, soles of your feet resting on the floor, just let everything kind of settle. So we're going to work into those movements that we've just been working with and go into rotation. So from side, so your mat's in front of you, or you position yourself. So we're going to take the right foot forward. So you don't have to go too long, but you can, if you're not sure about your balance, you can go a little bit wider. There's no prescription with these kind of things. We've all got different shaped limbs, long legs or short legs or whatever we've got. So the main thing is the right foot is forward. If you bend your knee, you can see your toes past your knee. So the knee isn't moving in and the knee isn't moving out. The right knee is moving forward. So that keeps that knee, the integrity of the knee safe or strong. So you're not pushing into that knee. If anything, the weight of your body is coming away from the knee. You can lift the back heel up and down a few times. So you make sure that back knee isn't locked. So as the back heel goes down, you can feel the back heel connected to the ground or to the earth. So sometimes that's what we call when we're grounded. And then you can send the right knee, the front knee, forward a little bit. Let the arms come to rest down by the side, just as we did before. You can take the arms up. So the weight of the arms rests into the shoulders. Now, if possible, if you take your gaze towards the ceiling, slightly glance the ceiling, maybe your arms go back slightly. So you go into that back bend. The front knee is moving forward. The back heel connects you to the ground. Then when you're ready, take the arms forward, lower, and step back. The left foot goes forward. The back heel lifts up and down a few times. As the back heel goes down, send the front knee forward. You don't have to be too long or too wide. You kind of find a stable base. From the ground, the movements come away from. Your perception is with that connection with the earth beneath. Right, so you send that left knee forward, relax your shoulders. You have a sense of space between the ears and the throat, so there's wide width around the shoulders. So when you're ready and you take the arms up, we're not compressing the neck, the arms come up. You might just glance at the ceiling and perhaps the arms can go behind a little bit. So then you find that back bend, but the front knee is moving forward, the back heel connects you to the ground. Think of the back of the head or the back of the skull resting back towards the back heel. Make sure you're breathing. And then when you're ready, take the arms forward, down, step back. Right, so we're going to do the same again. But slightly different. We're going to go into rotation. So we're going to send the right foot forward. So again, the front knee, the right knee moves forward, the back heel connects you to the ground. You slow it down, you feel that connection, you feel that stable base. If you send, or when you send the front knee forward, you're not coming onto the inside edge of the foot, you're not coming onto the outside edge of the foot. It's equal. Base the big toe, little toes and heels connect you to the earth. And then, or just face the other way. And then when you're ready, just take the arms out to the sides. Doesn't matter if your palms are up or down, just kind of have that sense of width now underneath the arms. Now from inside underneath the ribs, we're just going to turn towards the left. So you're turning the upper part of the spine away from that right knee towards the left. But the knees are still facing forward. And then when you're ready, come back to centre. Now from inside underneath the ribs, you're just going to turn towards the right. We come back to centre. Now your gaze follows the direction of the spine. So you're not leading with your head. We're turning through the centre of the spine. Your knees are quite soft, so you're not twisting through the knees, you're not twisting through the hips. Your hips move anyway, your knees can move anyway. What we're trying to mobilise, what we're trying to find is the upper part of the spine. So you're just twisting from side to side, just the upper part of the spine, and then when you're ready, coming back to centre, lower the arms, step back. Stop for a few moments, just feel how that is. You can soften the knees again, and just as we did before, just to kind of pattern these movements into your brain, we're just going to swing the arms from side to side. Now know what's happening with your body. You can feel that movement through the feet, perhaps. You can feel that movement through the knees. You can feel that movement, perhaps more importantly, through your spine, because that's not very different to what we're trying to do when we're in the warrior poses. So when you're ready, come back to centre, still, slow down, feel the connection through the floor with your feet, then lightly, carefully step forward with the left foot. So we're going to do the same kind of movements, but now we're stabilising the lower half of our body. From the waist down, we connect to the ground beneath. And the ground beneath supports us, so we don't have to do anything below the level of the waist. We can send the front knee forward to find a more of a stable base between. We can take the arms out. And then from deep inside underneath the ribs, we're just going to turn away from that front knee towards the right. From deep inside underneath the ribs, we're going to turn towards the left. From deep inside underneath the ribs, we turn to the right. So just continue. If it's too much with your arms out, you can bring the hands to rest on your body, on your shoulders, or behind. It doesn't matter in a sense where your hands are, because we're trying to turn the spine. And inside here, your ribs, inside the ribs is your heart, your lungs, and your respiratory system. So we're aiding all the muscles, we're improving circulation just through these little rotations. And then when you're ready, come to centre, lower your arms, relax your shoulders, and either step forward or step back. Right, so we're just going to progress it a little bit. If what we've done was enough, you stay with where we were. If it's okay, we're going to again send the right foot forward, relax the shoulders as much as possible, find your stable base through the base of the toes and the heels, and then when you're ready, the arms can just go out to side just as we did before. We're going to turn from inside underneath the ribs, we're going to turn away from the front knee towards the left, then from inside underneath the ribs right through to the top of the head we grow. Now we're going to think leading with the centre of the spine, we're going to move forward, past that front knee, past the right knee, and the right arm goes down, left arm might go up. If it's too much for you, you can keep the left arm down. And then when you're ready, come back up, come to centre. Now we're going to turn the upper part of the spine towards the right, towards that front leg. And then when we start to move over past that front knee, the left arm goes down, the right one goes up. Left hand might go onto that right thigh, or it might go to the floor. It goes to where it goes. And then you come back up, you come back to centre, and you step back. So it's a big twist. So just in between times, just stop, simulate what you've done. And then just last time, the left foot goes forward. The space between the feet, because it's a balance as well. So if you feel a bit off balance, take the feet a little bit wider. Soften your knees. So you're not trying to make a shape particularly with these. You're working into your body, you're mobilising the upper part of your spine and your lung spaces. So when you're ready, we can take the arms out. Settle, feel the weight resting into the heels. The toes connect to the floor. And then from inside underneath the ribs, we can turn, if you like, towards the left. From inside underneath the ribs, we can start to move forward, past that front knee. Think of the crown of the head moving as far away from that back heel as possible. And the right hand might go down, left hand might go up, then come back up. And now we're going to turn away from that left leg towards the right. The back heel connects you, the right heel connects you down. As from inside underneath the ribs, we start to move forward, and the left hand goes down, and the right one might go up. Your gaze can be down or your gaze can be up. It's up to you. And then we come back up, we come to centre, and we step back or forward. So then just now, have a sense of that connection down through your feet again. So that's the most important thing is that you feel stable. You slow down and you feel what's happened in your body. It's the rests between that nourishes you. If you're constantly, or if we are constantly moving from one thing to another, we never know what we're feeling like, and feeling is the basis of well-being. So now when you're ready, we're going to come down onto the floor, so I'll talk you through it. So if you take your gaze down towards your feet, we're going to round the spine, just as we did before, kind of think of going into a cat sort of stretch. Think of the back of the waist really being drawn up. Soft knees, let go of the weight of your head. Soften your jaw. Hands can either be on the knees or towards the ankles. You can bend the knees as much as you like till the hands can come to the floor. If possible, start to walk the hands forward till the knees come down, and then just come into all fours. If that's okay, coming into all fours. If you need to pad your knees up or do anything to make yourself more comfortable, then obviously that's what you do. If it's okay, take your hands a little bit further forward so they're in front of your shoulders and a little bit wider. So the fronts of the feet are flat to the floor. We're going to round the spine, draw the chin in, round the spine, and ease your hips back towards your heels. And then we're going to lift the hips forward, or take the hips forward. The crown of the head starts to move forward. The elbows are wide, the shoulders are wide. As the crown of the head moves forward, the pelvis is heavy, but from inside underneath the ribs you can lift. Use the front parts of your feet to lighten the load in the knees, to allow the crown of the head to come up towards the ceiling. Your gaze is just forward. Round the spine as though the back of the waist is being rounded, and ease your hips back towards your heels. And then when you're ready, we send the crown of the head forward, but we widen the shoulders. We widen the elbows, you find space underneath the arms. As the spine starts to move forward, you rest down into the front parts of the feet. You can let go of the weight of your pelvis to allow the upper parts of your spine to lift. And then carefully rounding through the spine, bring yourself back towards your, or bring the hips back towards the heels. They don't have to go very far, and then just continue. All you're trying to do is find a sense of fluidity and movement within your spine, within your body. So don't have to hold anything, you don't have to grip or grasp. You're just moving through and you're feeling what's happening. You can feel the weight rest down into the wrist. You can, possible, feel the weight rest down into the front parts of your feet. And then when you've worked it enough, ease your hips back towards your heels if possible, or just go into a position that's doable for you. You can make light fists with your hand to support your head. You can come to rest on your back. If this is too much for your knees or back, you can come to rest on your back. Just let go of the weight of your head, or you might be able to bring your forehead onto the floor. Just kind of see what's doable for you. Child's pose is a funny one. It's supposed to be a restful position, but it's not, it's not always restful for some of us. And then when you're ready, coming up and just coming to rest onto your back. And if you're feeling relieved that you can now rest on your back, that's perfectly natural. So when you're ready, so the soles of your feet flat to the floor, knees are bent, and just have a sense of the connection of your body on the floor. The back of your head, the back of your shoulders, the back of your ribs, your hips, all the way down through to your feet. And we're just going to, before we go into sort of a little breathing practice, just draw the right knee in, take the hands underneath the knee, ease the knee down. And if it's okay with your spine, lengthen the left leg away. Now if you point the left toes away, but ease the right knee down. Draw your chin slightly down so it's a stretch from the left toes all the way through to the right knee. And then push the left heel away. Draw the right knee in a little bit closer. Draw your chin slightly down. And then let go. Draw the left knee in, take the hands underneath the left knee and lengthen the right leg away. Ease the left knee down. Try not to sort of pull or push too much, but just feeling the weight of the leg come down. Point the right toes away, stretch the right leg away, or the right foot away. As you ease the left knee a little bit closer, draw your chin slightly down. Really have that sense of length from the left knee all the way through to the right toes. And then push the right heel away. Have that sense of length or distance from the left knee close towards your chest to the left heel, far, far away. And the connections in between. Breathe in. And then as you breathe out, let go. Draw the right knee in. So both knees are drawn in towards you. Lightly place your hands on your knees and just rock from side to side. So that just ease into the muscles of the lower back. So it's a really good one to use the weight of your body to massage the muscles either side, the back of the spine. So if you take the knees quite wide, take the knees quite wide and roll from side to side. And you can roll all the way over onto your left side, and the right knee can come on top of the left knee and the right shoulder will lift. Then lead with that top knee, roll all the way over onto your right side. And then the left shoulder will lift and your weight rests down into the right side. Lead with that left knee and roll all the way over to the left. Really being aware that you're massaging the muscles in the back of the spine and your knees are quite wide when they come over to centre. And it takes you right off your mat. It's quite a funny one really. And then when you're ready, come back to centre, just rest neutral. Cross the right ankle on top of the left ankle and just ease the knees down a little bit, so that will really lengthen the lower back. Let go, then cross the left ankle on top of the right ankle and just ease the knees down a little bit more. That lengthens the lower back. Draw your chin slightly down, feel your breath. And then when you're ready, uncross the ankles and bring your feet onto the floor. So your feet, adjusting your feet again, so your knees are bent, soles of your feet resting on the floor, and just lightly, carefully place your hands onto the base of your ribs. And just feeling your breath. As you breathe in, feel the breath inside underneath the ribs and really filling up the ribs, filling up the lungs, filling up your chest as you breathe in. And you might feel the belly rise, and then as you breathe out, empty. Let go. So you're letting go of the breath, but also having a sense of letting go of any thoughts that might be there. And you breathe in, and you feel the oxygen that you're drawing into your body, the life that you're drawing in. And then as you breathe out, you're really having a sense of letting go. So this time as you breathe in, you can feel the breath coming inside underneath the ribs. And as you breathe out, let your knees drop to the right. Knees drop to the right. Feel the weight rest down into the right side of the ribs and the right hip. Then as you breathe out, breathe into the left side of the lungs, because the left hand resting on the ribs, left rib. Breathing in, bring the knees back to centre. And as you breathe out, let your knees drop to the left. Feel the weight going down into the left hip, the left side of the ribs. Then as you breathe in, feel the breath in the right side of the ribs and use that to bring the knees back up. As you breathe out, the knees drop to the right. Just feel what you feel in your body. So you're keeping your concentration. The in-breath brings the knees back up. The out-breath lets your knees drop the other way. Keep your concentration, because you can easily breathe in and out, but be thinking of something else. All we're trying to do with these practices is to focus our attention and focus our thoughts, our mind, on what's happening now. And that's what gives us rest. And then when you're ready, just bring your knees back to centre. Just stay there. Breathe as you need to. And now just decide if you want to stay here or if you'd like to lengthen your legs away. So it is just a choice, and there's no right or wrong. You decide. Ultimately, you're deciding on a position that allows you to feel comfortable. So whatever position you're in now, again, taking your attention to those parts of your body in contact with the floor. Starting with the back of your head, the weight of your head. Can you feel the curve of your skull? The area between your ears? And allow that area to be as heavy as it is. Can you somehow let go of the jaw and imagine the chin just being allowed to rest back towards the base of the skull? And your eyes being allowed to rest back towards the back of the head. And then moving your attention down through to your shoulders, being aware of the curve of your shoulders at the back of the body, the shoulders that rest on the floor. And then the curve of your ribs, the back of your ribs that are resting on the floor beneath. The sides of the ribs, the fronts of the ribs. Your breath inside your ribs as you breathe into your body. And as you let go of the breath and your ribs rest a little bit more. And then moving your attention as you breathe down through to your lower back. And sometimes our lower back can be uncomfortable, sometimes it can be not as we'd like it to be. So not kind of thinking what it was before or what your lower back could be like, but just how it is right now. The weight of your lower back, the weight of your hips, the pelvis, and your breath inside your body. And just moving your attention down through your thighs, to your knees, to your shins, to your calves, to your feet, and feeling the curves of your feet, the heels, the base of the toes, the arches. And now, if possible, can you be aware of all these parts of your body, the feet, the lower back, the ribs, the shoulders, and your head. All of your body being allowed to rest, to be quiet, to slow down. And in this slowing down and in this awareness of slowing down, we nourish ourselves and we allow healing to take place. And as this practice comes towards its close, Being aware of how you feel right now, and if there is a pleasant sensation within your body, can you name it? If there's calmness or peace, quietness or rest, can you be with it? Because that feeling is there all the time, no matter what's going on around us or whatever's happening. It's just that sometimes it gets covered over. So when you're ready, we'll just start to move. So you can move your shoulders, move your fingers, move your toes, whatever feels comfortable for you, but keeping that sense of quiet if it's okay, because we can, if possible, we can take that through to the rest of the day or the evening. If you like, you can take your arms overhead, have a big stretch through the legs, keeping the eyes closed if you like, or of course if you want to open them, you open them. Just till eventually you just find a way of coming to rest onto your side. So you take your time and you don't rush anything, and this time on your mat is a time for you to slow down. So even when we're preparing to come off our mat, we don't have to rush. And then just coming to sit up when you're ready and in your own time, and your eyes might still be closed, and you can just decide to open your eyes when you're ready and come back to your day.